welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. And tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Huskies of Chicago taking on the Nighthawks of Anchorage. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, look at this Anchorage team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Ready.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Let's go now.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Come on. Hey. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Up the middle they go. It's Townsend. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
A gain of 2.
But you look at this defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Well, run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He finds his man complete. That's Townsend. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays of it.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
That'll give them 8 that time. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
70, get the look.
From the gun on 3rd down. Knowles. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Slot man moves right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. pushing through tacklers at the 30. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First down, Chicago.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effect.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. When you look at this defense, they're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Carrington. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Anchorage, first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Carrington. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Press all 80. Ready.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Well, looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Call that a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession.
Okay, ready?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. As they've got it as we resume action.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Middleton. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through, No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Carrington. He finds his man, complete. It's Chavez. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And it'll be intercepted.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start by running the option to the right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff up the middle. Middleton. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. $51 yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Knowles. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. Ready.
Off play action. Carrington. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Chavez. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
41-yard line.
Looking to throw. Carrington. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
Let's go, Petty.
Off the play fake. Carrington. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Chavez. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
44-yard line.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Come on, come on.
Back to throw. Carrington. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On 1st down, Middleton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And out of bounds right around the 20. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Carrington. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Ready up. Here we go, here we go. Ready.
That's taken in by Franklin. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Let's go.
Off play action. Carrington. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Let's go now. Ready,
Now the first carry here for the running back. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Ready, set.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Knowles. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Hold it ready.
First down. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Huskies.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Off the play fake. Knowles. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Chicago.
Adonai Mitchell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Huskies will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point forthcoming. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Nighthawks 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. This offense back to work now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Carrington. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now he's going to step up and run. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing right, and that's complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Carrington. He finds his man. Complete. That's Chavez. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Come on, come on.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45, out of bounds at the 44.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So a 4-point game here as we get set to resume action in this third quarter of play. Now a hit and a loose football. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
2nd and 5. He finds his man complete. It's Chavez. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
Off play action. Carrington. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19. Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
From the gun on third down, Carrington. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
It's 4th down.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
60 by 6.
Off the play fake. Knowles. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
They'll run on first down. It's Townsend. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Okay,
brings up 2nd and 2.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Townsend. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
And less than a yard.
Come on, come on. 19.
Operating from the gun. Knowles. That is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
First down, Huskies.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Off play action. Knowles. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Ready? Lions.
Off the play fake. Carrington. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Ready? Cougar 19.
Off play action. Carrington. And this will be incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Up the middle they go. Bowman. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Out of the gun now on third down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around a 30. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Chicago offense set to get started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Pressure comes and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Off the play fake. Carrington. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Throwing to start the drive. Knowles on the RPO. He'll keep it himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
From the gun on 3rd down. Knowles. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Off play action. Carrington under pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now.
At the 44-yard line.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need him to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Off the play fake, Carrington. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and a yard.
Get it! Panther 60! Panther 60!
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bowman, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Ready? 10 at the 25-yard line.
Come on, come on, set!
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Bowman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ready? 60 Eagles, go!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Now 1st and goal.
5-yard line.
Let's go! Ready, ready?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
At the 4-yard line.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Nighthawks put together a 4th-quarter drive to take the lead.
Touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by a field goal, 1:51 on the clock. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Chicago.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 15-yard line.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Nighthawks offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
17-yard line.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Come on, go.
Off play action. Carrington. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. The Chicago offense set to get started.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Alvarado. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
16.
Pressure kick, and I thought he was going to hit it. I thought we were destined for overtime, but not the case.
Not at all. And they were already planning for the overtime you just mentioned, already saying, okay, what are we going to do if we get the ball? What happens on defense? Instead of that celebration and that little bit of euphoria, it turned into letdown city.
Rocco 80. Ready.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. And Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for Anchorage, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.